watching Let's Chat.
I am here today with my friend Jalea Nicole, who is CEO and coach of J.NIC Image Consulting. What an interesting interview we have before us. Nice to see you, Jalea.
Nice to see you too.
Thanks for coming on.
Thank you for inviting me.
So tell me all about J.NIC. What is it and how did it begin?
Well, it really just began at home. I was at-home mom in school, and I started doing YouTube videos. It was way back when YouTube was not the thing. It was way back when it just kind of birthed.
Right.
So what I did was I entered a contest, and I won a makeup contest from one of the top YouTubers now, but back in the day, we were really just beginning. And so from that moment on, my husband spurred me he said, you know what? I think you need to take this further. And I was like, are you serious? And before I knew it, people were asking me for to do their makeup for weddings, to do their makeup for photo shoots, video shoots, and it kind of just like took on a life of its own. So it started without me, but with me.
So was the video were your videos doing makeup, like a tutorial, and
Yes.
that's what won?
So it was a tutorial / contest entry. So really it was me sharing what I had learned about makeup and trying to win these palettes that Jackie Aina she was giving out to us. So I was like, I want to win those palettes. And so, because I wanted to add them to my kit.
Right. But
so it started with literally just my webcam on my computer and doing a tutorial.
Well, I can see after just meeting you how successful I'm sure you are teaching, and you're kind.
I love
and you're
teaching.
Beautiful, so that comes across well. You know, like it's hard to sell something like, oh, I'm a makeup artist, and it's not all together.
Correct.
You know,
that is correct.
So what's the difference between coaching and counseling? I've always wondered that.
So after I began my business, I started to see that women needed more education than just the service.
Right.
So that's how I stepped into coaching. And when I started realizing that I had already been doing coaching, because mind you, I said I was in school, I was going for my psychology undergrad.
Wow.
And I also have my master's in human service counseling. And so when I started looking, I was like, we really lack education sometimes. So I chose coaching to start being like the primary service that I offer, because coaching and counseling have differentiations in the fact that coaching helps you get from point A to point B.
Right.
Counseling will take you back into your past. Let's address the things that kind of brought the trauma. But coaching kind of takes, okay, now that you've known what your trigger is, let's start from here and let's see how we want to do the next phase. We don't want to do it the same.
Right.
So it's more applicable steps. It's more in the moment, life-changing present things that are happening.
So what you do is more than just beauty coaching. What else does that involve?
So I have clients that are business coaching, we are doing life coaching, relationship coaching, empowerment coaching. Like, there's so many areas. So we've done plenty of business coaching right now in this season. There's so many women who have found their purpose and they just need someone to walk with them, do life with them, and spur them on into the next phase, and to educate them as to what they need next. Like, do you have an LLC?
Right.
Do you just like basic steps that sometimes you don't know what you don't know until you find out you don't know it.
Right.
And so life coaching kind of just brings in that element of, hey, I think we need to bridge the gap here. You're missing a step right in here. So what can we do to complete this thing?
I love that, because I've heard of life coaching, but I've been to counseling. I've never done life coaching. And I've wondered, is it just a bunch of like platitudes, like, you got this, girl, boss babe, or are there actual steps you help them with?
Literally. So those platitudes and those quotes, they're good.
I love
but
them.
What do they do?
Right.
Nothing. If you don't know what to do.
Right, and then I'm like, oh, here
education and action are needed. And so the thing is, a lot of times we don't take action because we don't know what action needs to be taking place next.
Right.
So I just love coaching for the simple fact that I get to see someone's eyes brighten, and just like the joy comes over them when they realize, I already knew how to do this. I just didn't know where it went, or I'm glad I found this out, because now that I know this, I can get to the next step. Coaching really is, we're going to come together, collaborate on the plan, and we're going to do what you want to do. Not me. I'm literally just here as like your sounding board, your wise counsel. You bounce all the things off of me, and we're going to go through it together.
That must be very fulfilling then, to see that light bulb come on, that you were able to add that missing piece.
Absolutely.
So everyone's graduating. We have our amazing producers just graduating from college, Jamaica.
Awesome.
Talk to us about what you would offer to new graduates.
I think what I would want to say is, prepare today, for the things you want tomorrow.
Okay.
And tomorrow meaning 1 year, 5 year, 10 years. Whatever you do today, make sure that yes is, you know, in alignment with what you're trying to do down the road. And just also know that your no means that you have an opportunity to say yes to the other things that go along with that.
How long is a session? How does this work?
Okay, so most times it's about a 45-minute to 60-minute session, but I normally do them in a package. So they're about 6 to 8 weeks worth of coaching, and we sit down on the first consultation is normally free. We sit down and we figure out what it is in your life you want to focus on right now, short-term goal that will help get to the long-term goal. So what we do is we do about 6 to 8 sessions.
I love it. And I have right here as we wrap up, you can be found at JaleaNicole.com. That's Jalea Nicole.com. And I got 314-1073 as your phone number.
That's it.
Thank you so much for coming on the show. It's pretty exciting what you're doing and very interesting.
It is. Thank you.
Sure. Thanks for coming on.